Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Tuesday.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
I'm okay. I'm alright.
We have new graphics.
We do. New everything, actually. Everything
Yeah.
has completely been overhauled.
We spent a lot of yesterday doing this. It's Allison. Alice did most of this.
Thank you.
It's great. She did such an amazing job. I'm very, very proud of her for having put this together. This is so much more of the vibe I was wanting.
Yeah.
We've been using the same, we
We have a goose, inspired by
previous-
Kyle.
We do have the goose. We also just got a follower. Thank you.
You are very orange. That's probably
We are very orange.
one of the stranger things you could have said, since we're definitely blue.
Interesting.
Like the filter's blue.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to
Monitor
make of
differences,
that.
maybe? Yeah, I'm not sure. We did a,
Could be
we have like
monitor
color
differences.
correction applied. Mythic also says we're blue.
Chat is visible.
Chat is visible.
I might
And
change
not
the
ugly.
colors on the chat background, actually.
Okay. That sounds good.
Just like moving forward. But
And yeah, it really needed an overhaul. It's been, 6
we have a
years.
first time chatter. Adrian is obsessed with Nate. Hello.
Sorry to hear that, Adrian.
What?
I said sorry to hear that, Adrian.
Why? You
Hope
don't know
Nate-
anything about Nate.
I don't know anything about Nate, but that sounds.
I was not taking that as an apologetically, like as a something that needed to be like sympathized for.
It just sounds sounds tough.
I
Maybe it's
think-
good. Does Nate return the affections?
I'm confused by chat being like slightly raised.
Slightly raised. Oh yeah, that was that's just a detail I need to hammer out. It's a slightly different size on two different screens, and so
Oh, the oranges are very orange.
for some reason it's not like.
I like everything
Thing,
about
yeah.
the filter except that we're kind of blue. Like, I like the way
Yeah.
it colors everything, and I like the sort of vintagey, cozier look, but I could not get our skin to be less blue. It was like a really hard balance.
To me, it just feels
Our
cozy,
shadows
but I can't see them.
are warm, and our highlights are blue, which is like a cool look.
Interesting. That is
But
kind of like
it's
inverse
not
of what it normally is.
How
though.
people look.
Right.
Yeah, so it's but I think but it's so much nicer than having like a bright white light at our face. I think it's
That's-
cozier.
Yeah, I agree. The lighting is much better. Your mom says the color looks weird.
Yeah, Mom is the only person I've had a heated conversation with about the color of ketchup, so we're just gonna have to move past that one, Mom. You can't hurt me. I have the microphone. It really is your skin tone. Yeah. I don't care.
That's okay. I think the whole thing is it's all significantly
Kind of like
better.
sick Victorian children.
It's really cool.
This reminds me
fun
of,
change, and we can always make adjustments
It
later.
reminds me of when Good Mythical Morning switched to like a more vintagey film look, and then started doing the 4 videos a day,
Oh yeah.
and everyone hated it and was super angry about it. I think it'll just take adjustment. I think it'll take time. I think it looks really weird right now, but then at some point I think we'll look normal. That being said, your shirt is the same color as your skin, and it's a pink shirt.
Oh, interesting.
So it definitely mutes like pinks, but then enhances oranges and reds, which is confusing because I don't know how it does that.
Fascinating. I mean, you could always just fuck around with it again if you wanted to at some point.
I might.
Never,
I
never,
also
never not changeable.
I also what was I gonna say? I also just like am used to this kind of filtery look, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's just like growing up in Instagram era.
It looks like film. Film has these kind
Yeah.
of colors on people, which probably actually looks really weird moving. So
Maybe. I like it. I really like the new setup a lot. It's so much better than the so much more of the right like mood than the previous graphics were, which I made like back during COVID. Really
no,
quickly.
Kyle's shirt is pink in real life. I mean, well,
right.
actually,
Well, the
wait,
actual shirt is it's very
Not-
pale light
not
pink.
pink
though.
anymore. What happened to it?
What do you mean?
It doesn't look very pink.
What happened? It still looks pink to me. It's still pink in my heart. It's also stained.
You thought that shoe was pink.
I can't see color. Why are we asking me?
Nobody's asking you.
I'm not the authority on this.
Nobody's asking you anything. Stop asking Kyle things.
I'm very
Just
sleepy.
a girl. it's early.
I didn't get to sleep. I had a coffee too late last night, so I wasn't able to
Also
sleep.
the buzz is here pretty bad.
What?
Why
just
are
shows
we
up whenever.
why are we rejecting the buzz?
I've
She's
never
honestly a core
I've never
cast
enjoyed
member.
the buzz the way that everybody else has. I'm glad other people like the buzz, but it makes me upset. I
Actually-
did not invite it.
I feel very upset about chat being like slightly raised
Okay, I'll fix it later.
and like off
I will
center.
fix it later. It'll be okay.
Why is the username taking up so much space?
We were beefing last night. This is the best I could make it do.
You were beefing with chat.
Yes.
I see.
Setting this up was difficult. I
Of
needed a
course.
different system than the one I was using.
Of course, I completely understand.
Um,
You guys, my
There's some-
roots have grown out like, we'll say half an inch, and then I taught Kyle how to do the shadow root like I did on hers, so that it goes from.
yeah.
Actually, you kind of now that your hair's growing out, you might need more
Getting more of a line.
blending.
I'm excited to get like highlights for spring too, to kind
Still
of blend it all
looks very
together.
good. But then I taught her how to do it on me, and now it looks like I don't have this like the root
It's
line.
amazing.
This is very exciting stuff. To be able to do a shadow root at home, you have no idea.
That's tough to do. Yeah, you literally.
You know, back in the day, you just had to be ugly. There was
Not where I thought you were
no
going with
there
that.
was no DIY stuff like this. Like you just had to suffer the
What does that mean?
consequences.
What,
of-
like they just didn't have at-home dyes and stuff, or what was the what?
Yeah, there was no method of which people could learn to like shadow root at their house on their own time. You just had to like.
We're not even using like technology or anything. Just people didn't know, like the knowledge
Yeah.
hadn't been passed down
I
yet.
mean, we
or...
did use lots of technology, but yeah, I mean, yeah, there was no at-home nail kits, and there was no shadow root with your friends like the YouTube. The DIY was not a thing until like mid 2000s. I feel like, because who was teaching anybody how to do that?
I guess so. I guess like yeah. I don't think of yeah. The mid 2000s were like that was the era of like big chunky like color and stuff that people were applying in their own
Yeah.
hair at home.
Yeah,
Definitely wasn't like an 80s or 90s thing. That was
Oh.
like a salon thing. that
furry
you went
creature
to.
seems to have slept on my shirts.
Oh, great. I cleaned it yesterday, so I'm glad that she
Oh,
made
okay,
sure
cool.
to do that.
That's why. All right, cool. Brand new clean shirt, worn
Yeah.
first by my cat.
Yep.
Mythic Javelin says, "I personally love not knowing anything about anything and just looking terrible." Are you young? Because I felt that way when I was young. Like when I was in my 20s, I totally vibe with that. In my 30s, it's not as fun to not look good. Actually,
I'm
not
actually-
enjoying not looking good as much.
I have so been enjoying learning
25.
how to do all of the like just to like get into like hair and fashion stuff so much more.
Yeah.
It's been a really enjoyable interest to have. It's very like character optimization-y.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And just kind of clicks really well with me. So
Mhm.
I've been enjoying the hair stuff. I've been like it's been like slightly stressful because of the stakes.
Uh-huh.
Like it's a fun thing to do, except that if I were to mess up, then you have to walk around with like bad looking hair. That part's not fun.
I'm
I succeeded.
stressed in the moment, but if you did mess up my hair really bad, I would have been like
It would have been awful.
I would live my life every day just
It
fine.
would have been awful.
I would have been mad at the moment, and that would have been awful.
It would have been over. You would have left.
Mythic Javelin and Mafek are having a conversation, which is kind of fucky to me.
Do you have something to share with the class?
No, not because they're talking, but because they're
Oh.
like, I don't know. It feels almost like an accident that they both ended up in the same place at the same time. Mythic Javelin is also 25.
Okay.
Just thought you should know. Do we have conversations
What-
about you
is
guys
that-
when you're not here? Absolutely not. Are we just going over Reddit stuff today?
Yeah, I have a couple. I have like two Am I the Asshole posts, which
I have an interesting one, but I only have one.
Okay, but that's more. We didn't even get through. I had 3 last time, and we didn't cover them. So we did 2 of mine and 1 of yours successfully last time we did this. So
That's right.
that should be more than enough.
That's right.
When will you become Mafek Javelin? Are we shipping them?
No,
Somebody might be.
it's something greater. Something bigger. Something more.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I used to also I used to struggle caring about my appearance for reasons unknown to me. But one of my solutions to that was actually getting myself a cartoon wardrobe, because I realized I found a t-shirt, just a black t-shirt that fit me really well from Kohl's, and so I convinced my mom to just buy me like 6 of them.
Yeah.
And so I just had black t-shirt drawer and I had jeans drawer, and I just wore that every single day for like at least a year.
Yeah.
That was like, there's still like photos of me. If you see me like on the set of the Guards themselves, and like if there's ever behind the scenes photos floating around, I'm just wearing that outfit.
I think that's
that
a
was
really
my
valid
college.
man look. Like,
It was not bad.
of all the looks that men can do, especially in like high school, I think
I had a look figured out, and I didn't know how to improve it, so I just made sure at least baseline I looked as good as I wanted to, or could achieve every single day.
Yeah.
And then I slowly figured out some more stuff. I started like experimenting with like vests and things, but I had no money, so I got really cheap internet shit. It looked awful. Eventually, I settled on like
Can I make us bigger over here?
adventure-y aesthetic. Not really.
Liar.
I was wrong. You did it. She just straight up did the thing that I said she couldn't do.
As per usual.
As long as I still have access to the switching screens is going to be tough, but I don't think we have to do that today.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. Cool, that helped. Yeah, Thomas at one point literally decided that the only thing he wanted to wear was white shirts and jeans, like a greaser in high school. And
But
he's like his actually came from a place of like desire, because he was really invested in the minimalism movement before it was like even a thing, but he hated the idea of choice and effort. And so when he realized he could look good effortlessly by just wearing like a plain white shirt and jeans, that's when
that makes sense as a Thomas decision.
He was like, I'm just gonna do this. And then I don't know, I think he did it for quite a while. And because it was high school and he was in theater, it was a pretty iconic choice, and it only made him even more well liked and popular.
Thomas and I have debated multiple times about like which one of us, between the two of us, we both have like either hero or villain vibes. I know, we know that. Thomas seems confused
that you're the evil one.
That I'm the evil. Thomas seems to think that he could actually be the evil one in our Highlander battle. But just for even more evidence, when we both picked the same outfit, but he picked the white shirt and I picked the black shirt.
Yeah. This is what also Mefek and Mythic Javelin will have to do at some point, is
I see what you're saying now.
Yes, who is in fact the evil one. I already know the answer, but
Carter Brody, also first-time chatter, says if I could replace my whole wardrobe with many copies of the same thing, I probably would, honestly.
Totally get that.
It's kind of great. Like, once you know the outfit, that becomes your look. And why do the same thing every time? Or why not do the same thing every time? Because otherwise you're just making new decisions every single day, and who has time for that shit?
I would love that, but not just like of a plain shirt. Like I want a really crazy top that I like, and then I would wear that every day.
If you had a full costume and were able to like duplicate that enough, which is closer to what I do now, I experiment more, but I end up rotating around the same kind of look that you never see because I'm always in pajamas. But
Mythic Javelin says, I'm the evil one for sure. MFX says, wait, I'm scared that you know the answer, which is perfect. Thank you guys. You really established that beautifully. Well done. For the class.
Thank you.
Yeah, Thomas,
thank you for the demonstration.
Thomas has, like, I'm not going to say struggled, because it certainly wasn't a struggle. There was, like, a moral corruptedness feeling within him, I feel like, that he was concerned about being the villain, or, like, being not a great person for a long time, which only further instills that he was, in fact, not, because you never did that. Because you are, in fact, the villain.
No, I was just thinking about how interesting it is that we did both struggle with this, but in very different ways.
Yeah.
Because Thomas was an altruistic, outgoing theater kid who inside was like, but what if I'm dark? Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I'm like, well, I can't. It's not okay for me to have the thoughts about the things that I do, so I simply won't.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
There's a rule book about being the good guy. I'm going to follow that because obviously I'm the good guy.
I've never
regardless of what happens on the inside.
I've never met my either good or evil half.
To know which one you are. I think the problem is that you can't be. You're too like anti-hero coded. You are the main character is the problem.
Okay, then I've never met my my NPC. I've never met NPC me. Or maybe I haven't, I just wasn't processing as such. but I've never met my my me, but on the other side.
Yeah, I don't know what your pairing would be.
Yeah, it's impossible to know.
You might just need an actual overt supervillain or something. I think you exist to
I might
fight
just-
Republicans or
Right.
something. Like I think
Yes,
that's what
of
it is.
course. That's honestly so sick of me. Okay, let's do some Reddit stories.
Yeah.
Let's give some people some
Thank you.
advice.
We will give some people some advice. I have a couple of
I
interesting
have that Crazy
ones.
Ex-Girlfriend song stuck in my head.
Which one?
The
We're gonna rewatch
Josh
them.
Groban one.
Oh. Such an amazing show.
Kyle Lawful Evil confirmed. Yeah, certainly not chaotic, so...
Yeah, I don't think so. Chaotic neutral is my aspiration. Or sorry, chaotic good is my aspiration though. Jack Sparrow. That's been my guiding light kind of person. Realistically,
He
that's
does speak to you.
probably closer to what I am, but
I feel like Allison's villain is a 6'5" rich trust fund kid that cheats on his wife.
yeah. Yes, that's correct.
Having just watched Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Wow, yeah, they nailed it, didn't they? Where did I send this? Was it to you? No, it's Final Transfer. Okay.
Allison is a Cthulhu-esque character where the main protagonists are ants.
That's also plausible. I could see that.
Me too. I have an interesting one, but I'm gonna wait for yours.
Okay.
because-
I'm picking
What
this
else
one
for me to
first.
do other than give advice at too early in the morning on a Tuesday?
That is the point of the show.
To someone who can't hear me. It's never stopped me before.
Emma, I think Emma.
Emma.
It's an interesting spelling, but
Sorry,
I'm deciphering it as Emma.
It's because of what
I'm
Australian
a main
show
character's
was
best
it?
friend.
Oh my god, that's rad as fuck. That was my dream.
That's a good character.
That was my
That is
dream.
actually Allison's dream. Allison,
My literal dream.
Allison,
is,
the archetypal hero, specifically dreams of being a cool best friend to a different archetypal
I have
hero.
literally only ever wanted to be a Shigo to a Draken, and I honestly got pretty close, not gonna lie.
Hey,
I
you know what?
mean-
I'm glad I could do that for you.
I've always wanted to be the sidekick.
Yeah, you have.
Absolutely, my
You
whole
just
life.
don't have sidekick energy.
So
Unless you're
so
with somebody
upsetting.
like me.
Why did I say Emma's voice in an Australian accent? What is that
I actually
from?
don't know what you're imitating with that.
Emma. Is it
Is it H2O? Because you
is
used
it
to watch
H2O?
H2O all the time. So.
H2O is the mermaids from Australia.
Probably, right?
Emma.
What other Australian reference would you have?
It's gotta be H2O.
Okay, am I the asshole?
Right.
For understanding and not freezing out my dad for leaving our mom over a dead bedroom.
Oh, Christ.
This one's gonna be interesting.
Is this an adult child at least?
Yes, this is a 27-year-old man.
Oh, no. Australians are literally not real. That's so funny. Okay.
I think Australians grew there. They're like
Yeah.
Groot creatures from that island or something.
I completely agree.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense. This is a weird post to make because honestly it's weird to know such details about my parents, but such is life, so here goes. My parents have recently announced they're in divorce proceedings. It was a surprise, in quotes, so they're still pretty young, both in their late 40s. I have a younger sister who's 24 and recently married and freaking out. Apparently my dad is leaving my mom because for the last 3 years they basically never had sex. She would have no interest, and I guess it went from once every couple months to in the last year she straight up told him she's not interested in sex anymore. He asked for an open marriage, and she took that as a sign he would cheat and filed for divorce. It sucks, but I get
Wait, who asked for an open marriage?
the dad.
Okay.
It sucks, but I get it from both sides. I'm not really trying to get in the middle of it, to be honest. I've always gotten along fine with both of them, but my dad and I have always been super close, just way more in common, and the more involved parent growing up. So while it sucks they're split, I just want to continue to have a separate relationship with both of them. My sister has taken a different approach and hates my dad right now. She thinks he's being a total asshole and just saying a lot of mean things about him. I'm trying to stay out of that and just let her heal how she needs to. I recently had my dad over for a dinner with my wife and our 2 young kids. He's doing well and he's already started dating someone, and I'm honestly happy for him. He's still young and I don't think he should be alone forever since it didn't work out with my mom. I guess my dad posted his story a picture of him with his grandkids to his Facebook, so my sister and mom saw it and are mad at me for still being so tight with him. My sister is calling him a cheater and saying I'm taking the cheater's side, and my mom is saying similar stuff. I feel like I'm just being an adult about the situation, though. I don't know, am I really in the wrong here? My wife says she can see where my sister is coming from, but thinks I'm being more logical about it. Wanted to get some neutral perspectives.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Mostly because, maybe it was just I don't think it was maybe just. I think it was definitely left out of the post everything else that's wrong with the marriage.
I think this is one of the best examples of really obviously missing information in these posts that I've ever seen. Because I'm sorry,
this
mom,
is
your
one
sister,
element of their entire marriage, and this is the only thing you think to bring up.
And there are 3 women in this story who are seeing it the other way.
Yeah.
And you're like, I feel like I'm just being an adult in this situation. Like, you're leaving shit out, dude. This is not the full story.
Or he doesn't know it.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, he doesn't know that he doesn't know. That's kind of the same thing, though, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, not to be
you don't know that you're leaving it out.
Overly personal with other people's business, which is actually what I do all the time.
And this is boy shit.
But when my parents were having discussions about splitting up, it was crazy what some people didn't say. It was crazy what I knew from some people and not from other people.
When everybody
so
on the thread is saying not the asshole, because it's Reddit.
Oh no. Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Basically everybody on there.
I mean...
But one of them says, ask your sister to provide the evidence of the cheating. I want to know why. I bet she has some.
So are they split up?
What is the
parents are split up?
The parents are currently split up.
And they're split up because she stopped wanting to do things, and then he asked for an open marriage, and then that ended in a split.
Right. That is all the information we've been given.
Also, his wife said he is maybe being more logical, but notably not that he is right.
The guy telling the story, his wife said she can see where his sister is coming from, but she thinks I'm being more logical about it, which sounds like what you say.
Well, that's always how you want to manage your emotional relationships.
Right.
I mean, logic, this is always frustrating too, because people who aren't smart don't know that emotion and logical are not opposites. They're not conflicting concepts.
Right.
You can be a sort of logistical, emotional person.
I'd actually argue that a fully mature adult does both simultaneously. You don't pick one and then leave the other one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not immediately good.
I'm not sure he's wrong. There's just lots of missing information that could very easily sway this.
Yeah, I just
why are they calling his dad a cheater if he didn't cheat? Women actually usually don't just irrationally throw that accusation around without knowing some details. And even in this post, he says his dad is doing well and already has started dating someone. So how close is that? Who is this person?
Yeah,
How is that related? Why? We're missing information. This is the critical thinking part.
Strange to me how quickly men move on. And they do.
Right. I mean, do you just stumble upon somebody random chance or what? I mean, because
it's always so interesting.
There's a chance that he stumbled upon someone, but
there is actually just way too much information missing. Right. But also I don't know. That would skeeve me out. I feel like if his mom had moved on quickly, he'd be having a crisis, right?
Right.
To some degree, there's always the parent that you sort of identify with, the struggles of, and can empathize and see yourself in place with them. And he's taking after his dad, which makes sense.
Who he has specified he has a closer relationship with, which also makes sense. There's just... To me, this outlines a very specific situation very clearly.
There's a first question, which is, why did everything stop in the first place? And that matters way too much before everything else.
The way he frames it, it's almost like he's framing it in such a way that just makes it sound like the mom just decided she wasn't interested anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of...
But
I mean,
3 years is a long time.
That might have happened, but what gets somebody to that point?
Right, yeah,
that's actually crazy that everyone I've seen posts where people are literally we need more information.
Really?
We need to have more information. So I'm kind of shocked that it's just straight up you're not the asshole.
I was a little surprised too, actually.
I guess it is Reddit.
Grace said, I do wonder how quickly after the divorce his dad found a new person to date. If that's very quickly, it's a decent sign that he's already been seeing someone. Because you don't just you don't just run into somebody probably they probably already knew each other.
Yeah,
they
I mean,
probably already knew each other.
my first like red flag signs would be like if somebody moves on this quickly after things physically stop, it's probably because things emotionally stopped a long time ago.
Right.
I'm not sleeping with someone
Right.
who feels like they're gonna start dating someone 2 months after we separate. I'm not doing that.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Just go
there
then.
are just too many questions. It's like, why did it stop? What was the work done to help from from both? Right. Like,
Even
what did
even if it was
what was the conflict? Why did she stop being interested? Does he even know? Did they have that conversation?
even if these two people are like not capable of having a conversation about why things stopped in their relationship, just because like she can't verbalize it, he can't communicate, whatever, even if they have not had a conversation, but she withholds something, and then everything happens exactly how he says it with no extra details, right? Nobody knows anything else. Him moving on quickly after like a marriage with a person would immediately be like,
Right.
oh, I'm missing. That's what I would be
Right.
like, oh, something is like
You were married
missing.
with kids for like, and long enough time for them to be adults now.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
what? Yeah.
Yeah, I just
I knew you would see. I was reading over that one because it's hard sometimes. I'm trying to find ones that are like more on the fence, and so I go through and like every single post is like, you're not the asshole, you're not the asshole, you're not the asshole every single time.
yeah.
So I was reading through this one and I was like, well, hold on a second. I think people are being a little too lax here.
Yeah, I think people.
Yeah. Said, I mean, the marriage could have been on the rocks for a long time, but that would also imply that OP knows too little about the situation. I think the missing information could also be missing for the guy who wrote the post too.
And you said everyone who's not him is basically not on
Right,
his dad's
and his
side.
position is basically like, I just don't want to be in the middle of this. He sounds kind of just like
Okay, so that's somebody who's guilty. That's somebody who knows they're wrong, but is like people who know they're wrong
he's
say
detached
things like
from
that.
Right, yeah.
People who know they're wrong and don't want to
He's-
have conversations say things like, I just don't want to have a conversation
To
about
me,
it.
it reads as like he definitely can see an issue and just not wanting to like look it in the eye. Like
Yeah.
he can tell that he can tell that his opinion might change if he paid attention
Yeah.
or like thought about it.
You
He's
know-
avoiding doing that.
You know,
And just- yeah.
I thought. Debating on if I want to say this. I think it's okay. I only ever worry that occasionally get like little stragglers, like 16-year-olds in our chat, which is totally fine. We're just not 16, so we're not talking about 16-year-old stuff, which like that's it. But we are on the internet, so I think about it sometimes. But like I really thought growing up and stuff and like having been in my 20s and like doing all the relationships as a 20-something that like when I and reading all these posts on Reddit and stuff, really thought sex was like this at least 50% of the pie concept, like for
like,
marriages,
romantic relationships and stuff.
for marriages specifically, like everyone
okay.
told me this. Church told me this, and other relationships told me this, and boys told me
Same.
this, and like
And TV and literally everything.
and
you know,
Reddit.
Reddit.
And it's just like the way people make such big decisions around exclusively this one element of relationships is kind of shocking to me.
Right. Which I don't think
I don't think they're best friends.
I don't think they. Well, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they're
not.
best friends. Because
No,
when
no,
you're
no.
best friends, it's like
Then that's not like that's not a
it's just not the contributing or leading thing that's
cornerstone
ever
of
like.
of the relationship.
If you just like can't go out and get coffee
Hi GB.
and just like hang out, I don't know.
Right. I mean, yeah. There's just obviously
So
more.
strange. So strange to me.
There's obviously more wrong there, and then the guy making the post is not just is not engaging with it. Like that's clearly how it reads to me.
Bye,
Comtera
GB.
said I'm a moderate of personal relationships.
Yeah.
So dude's dad probably cheated, and that's why he divorced. Says a moon. I mean, yeah, probably. Again, like this took me a long time. This took me an embarrassingly long time to figure out growing up. But women regularly get kind of not even directly blamed, but just kind of suggested that they're like. This is the whole like emotional overreacting. They're jumping to conclusions, right? Like there's a whole there's literally an entire stereotypical refutation about women for like overreacting to things.
Yeah.
And I used to read stuff like this, and in my head think like, well, I don't know. His sister could just be throwing a fit. She could be like having she could just be seeing it wrong, or she could be like upset about something else or a plot like that. I don't know. That's how I would see it. I'm reading it now, and I'm like, no woman has ever Like,
overreacted to
fucking-
anything ever, actually, now that I think about it. I'm literally trying to think of the last time I remember a woman overreacting to
I'm
something.
even trying to I'm sure there are fringe cases of like women doing that.
Fringe cases.
There are wild.
Have you
people.
heard of the woman?
My point is, if 3 women are being like, no, he probably cheated. He cheated. They know it's not.
Have
like
you
a
heard
mystery.
of the female serial killer monster? Chronic overreaction. Just kidding. She murdered every man that tried to assault her, which turned her into a serial killer. Surprise!
Right.
I'm actually I'm kind of struggling. Look, I know that there
Her
are
name.
bad women that exist.
Right. Yeah.
Somewhere.
Again, this is an all cops are bad situation. We're not like ignoring the existence of the.
I mean,
The outliers,
I can
but-
personally think of women I don't want to spend any time around
Right.
and wouldn't enjoy to be around. That being said, I still can't think of a lot of times they overreacted. I can think of sometimes they overreacted. I have a lot of questionable women in my family,
That's
even
the whole,
my
I don't want to be
extended
falsely
family.
accused of assault or whatever. And it's like that's not happening. It's not happening. If you're being accused of assault, it's because you did the assault. 99% of the time, that's why it's happening.
I just have had a really full life, and I can actually think of lots of examples, even in people that I've met, that isn't true. But I'm talking about children. Children that say and do stupid things. I'm talking about high school girls and high school boys and the things they say, and not adult people. Because when I think about adult people that I know, I'm really struggling to think of examples where women are sort of regularly overreacting to things that are happening in their life. I can think of some.
Especially in the way they're depicted in media and jokes and stuff. Small said somewhere, U.S. politician contains awful women. Yeah, I mean there are obviously spots where they are.
Yeah.
But those are because they're politicians. That's because there's an overriding detail.
Yeah.
That deletes their humanity.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, the point, it's not that, the sentence, women never overreact, obviously isn't true, but it's this idea that gets passed around of, specifically, in this kind of situation, right, with,
Yeah.
with this guy being, I don't, I think my sister, I don't remember exactly what he said, but, my sister's calling him a cheater and saying I'm taking the cheater's side. Why is she saying that? That's just a question. Why is she saying that? Is she...
My ex dated this really horrible woman when they were in high school, and he had a story where she woke up from a nightmare or something and was freaking out, and she grabbed the pocket knife on the nightstand and stabbed him in the leg.
Damn.
Still not sure she was overreacting. Having dated this dude later. JK, not condoning violence. Do not stab your partners, ladies. Emma. Sorry. Let's move on.
Yeah.
That
do
was
you want to do
interesting.
yours? Or
Yeah,
do
we
you
can do
want-
mine.
Okay.
Mine's a different direction.
Curious about yours.
Don't stab your
Grace says,
partner.
aw, but I wanna.
Grace is so cute.
If you wanna, there might be a good reason. I don't know.
Okay, so I found a
I'm not gonna
subreddit
hold
called
against
Explain My Downvotes.
you. What if stabbing your partner is hot, though?
That's a you thing. That's for you and them. I cannot offer any advice there. Okay, so I found a subreddit called Explain My Downvotes.
Okay.
Where people get downvoted and then they
that's
post
fun.
it and then they ask why they got downvoted.
Yeah.
And I thought this one was kind of an
Interesting.
interesting
That's a fun
mystery
thing.
for us to unravel. It's not juicy.
Okay.
It's just
It's just an actual, thing to try to solve?
yeah. Okay, so the first comment says, fun fact, IA, 2 letters, is
Okay.
the Spanish translation of AI.
Okay.
That has 50
Gotcha.
upvotes.
Interesting.
The next person says, several other languages too, I think, possibly French, if I recall correctly. That has -6. Then there's a
Okay.
comment underneath it that says, why did this guy get downvoted? I'm French, and I can confirm we use IA instead. IA equals
Well, that makes sense,
intelligence
'cause they-
artificial.
Right, yeah, the adjective and stuff is switched.
So this is a mystery for you
French
guys to
mentioned
unpack.
downvotes. That's a good guess already.
The top comment does say, people don't like being reminded that French exists. I think that that's hilarious. I'm also not sure that that's why.
That's.
Not Santa says Frenchiund.
Do you think is there a point where like something is getting downvoted, so people just pile on because it's in the negatives and they just think it's funny? Because like there's like
it's only -6, but I do think that people literally scroll through, see something that is downvoted, and then downvote it, like little minions,
right?
Like little mindless little creatures. This is probably not in a subreddit that is like overrun with bots. If I had to guess, whatever conversation they're having, maybe it is. Maybe they are talking about AI.
Right. Yeah. So it probably does. Do they say what subreddit it's from?
Nope.
If they're talking about AI, so I can guess what the type of subreddit that they're in.
I mean, the comment that initiated it just says, "Fun fact: IA is the Spanish translation of AI."
Yeah.
So it could literally be anywhere.
Right.
This could be anywhere.
That's true.
Subreddit.
Subreddit.
What does the A stand for? In French, it just looks like it says.
Did I say
artificial?
subreddit? Was that me? Are you imitating
Did
me?
you say
Did I say subreddit?
That's adorable.
That's awful.
It is actually kind of
Sorry
awful.
for doing that. I don't know why that came out that way.
Subreddit. Well, now you must be hung for your crimes.
Yeah, I agree. That's unacceptable.
What do you think? Why do you think they were downvoted?
I genuinely don't even have like a guess to venture. Is there an answer to this at the end of it, or is everybody also trying to like?
Everybody's trying, but I think there's some good. I think there's some good answers.
French mentioned is not too far off, honestly. Like so that they said that it's like that in Spanish, and then this other person came in and said it's also like that in French.
I actually think I agree with one of the commenters about why it's downvoted so much.
I mean, contextually, it could be like too much of a break from the conversation or something, or I don't know. What do people on Reddit get upset about? Like, I actually have no idea. Like, it's not even kind. I don't even have like an instinct about what could be the reason for this.
Find a way to downvote Kyle IRL. I think it's kind of like a.
That was my bad ear. I have earrings that are struggling to heal.
Okay, it looks alright.
Thanks. I was mostly giving you shit.
I forgot about your bad ear. You have one earring that's struggling to heal for some reason.
Fucking ears are so sensitive.
So I'm gonna solve the mystery. I think.
Okay. I want to participate, but I cannot think of a single reason why that would be like specifically targeted and downvoted. That's weird as hell.
I think it's because they say. I think a few things flag it. I think it's because they say, I think possibly, and if I recall correctly, I think it's the unconfidence and like the unassuredness that gets people downvoted literally all the time.
Really?
And this person went back and looked at other comments that they had that also get downvoted, and they say for every single thing they say, they do some sort of like possibly, not totally sure, if I remember right, but never say definitively anything. And so I think genuinely people don't like when people decide you went through the energy to leave a comment to like in an informative one, right. And then the thing that you decide to do during that is basically be like, but not totally sure and possibly, and I could be wrong, and also I'm not like, if I recall correctly. And I think Reddit does not enjoy this. I think they don't like this.
That Reddit has that's like a standard for that just by accident, like between all of them.
Providing info non-committally. I feel like Reddit is not.
That feels like such a Reddit thing though, because the whole Reddit thing is like showing up and providing info with 100% confidence, no matter how right you are.
King Stubber says, "Yes, you wrote a damn comment. You couldn't even be bothered to check."
But that's a good point.
Kind of. Now, I don't think they actually didn't check. I think they genuinely mean it, and have just been trained to be the kind of person who is so confident in the things that they say, even when they know they're right, that they would just rather say like the non-committal is a confidence issue, not an intelligence issue.
I've been trying to train that into myself too.
You've been doing a really good job with this.
Really? Mm-hmm. Nice. Glad you noticed.
Because it bothers me too. I wouldn't downvote somebody for it, but I think that's why.
It's hilarious that it gets downvoted for that. Like that's not. I would not have thought of that at all.
I think it's just
and it makes sense though. Because
there's a bit of insufferableness.
That's not how you talk on Reddit.
When you remove identity and like personhood, it's a bit insufferable. When like the only thing you have to communicate with people is just leaving a comment. If you're gonna be like,
because it's not information.
I think maybe, right.
It's not the information isn't even that you think that. It's like...
Right, like, tell us a fact or get the fuck out.
It could be this other thing. I don't know, though.
Cool, great, thanks. If I recall, maybe.
I could also have thought of that with just as much assuredness that
other
it was
theories
correct.
are that one or two people downvoted immediately and then everyone assumed you had to be wrong.
Just piled on.
Let's see.
That I also get, like, that. I know that happens, so... Mythic says, I actually much prefer being okay with being uncertain. Then again, I work in spaces where certainty isn't sensible.
Yeah.
There's a level of, like, I mean, it's definitely...
In real life, I prefer it.
To a degree.
To a degree.
It can be overdone, but yes, having... especially early on, like in high school, it was very refreshing to meet people like Ian or someone who understood and were able to acknowledge verbally that they might not know everything about what they were talking about, because so many people would just like very assertively state their thoughts and opinions, even if they were completely fucking wrong.
That's me. I'm usually not completely wrong.
I was only talking about like debate guys, because that's who I was like interacting
that's
with.
why I started.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you just gotta debate bro is back.
It's a plague. So yeah. Yes, I agree. I do agree that there's some amount like in person of like, but then yeah, if you're having the conversation, especially, you know why it is? It's because you weren't invited. You weren't invited to the conversation. So the fact that you're showing up, inserting yourself into the conversation, and then also giving uselessly non-committal info is just like, why are you taking up space?
Also, yeah, it just sort of feels like, I think there's also an element of like, nobody asked. Somebody said, like, fun fact, which is a great way to introduce something that nobody, in fact, asked, because you've established it as fun. Great job. So you go, fun fact, this, and then someone goes, also this in French, and it's like, fuck off! Nobody asked! Shut up, Clippy! Anyway.
That's true.
I feel like that's...
You already build up irritation at the fun fact guy, and then it gets put on the second guy that comes in and tries to add even more.
One guy gets to fun fact. You don't get to add to the fun fact as though your fact is also fun when it's literally the same fact. Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
I like the subreddit. This is a good one to include in the rotation.
It's mostly, like, not confusing. It's mostly, like, very much like, what do you mean you don't know why you got downvoted? You got downvoted because you tried to leave a sensible comment in men's rights. Like, and, like, that...
Right.
People on Reddit are so obsessed with some form of validation that they'll post, like, the most obviously easy to answer question to be like, is that right? And it's like, shut up. Which is literally, like, the top comment at the moment is, I left this comment, why did I get downvoted? And it's like, because you tried to tell people in a men's rights subreddit that they're being stupid.
Right. King Summer said, in person or live in chat, it's okay to be uncertain. In a comment where you have time to check, you can check. Right. I mean, that's kind of like you're showing up, unarmed and uninvited.
This says, here's another one. Let's see.
Moon says, there's a difference between, I think, possibly, maybe, potentially 2 + 2 = 5, and you should dump your girlfriend 100%. I'm objectively correct.
What is this?
Yeah, those are both, like, those are the extremes.
Yeah.
A Moon marking the extremes of, I think, possibly, maybe, potentially 2 + 2 = 5 as one extreme, and then you should dump your girlfriend 100%. I'm objectively correct.
Yeah, I mean, I don't leave the first comment. I do leave the second comment, but only when I'm right.
That's true. And that's true.
Yeah. But I like adding the fun facts.
With the knowledge that she is, like, correcting you on a math problem, and she's correct.
I think you can add the fun facts. I was mostly joking. I'm, like, theorizing about the mindset of someone who's, like, I don't know. I think you have to bring up your own fun fact. I think if you piggy off of somebody else's fun fact.
It's a little lazy to piggyback off a fun fact.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Stealing their thunder, man. They had a fun fact, and then you're going to add to the fun fact?
I think probably it is the confidence thing, though, because all you have to do is just being like, hey, in French, it's this way. That reminds me. Like, that's it. Just continuing that conversation. And also, it's probably some amount of just Reddit being shitty.
Yeah,
downvoting things that don't deserve
it was very silly, but I thought it was interesting and a bit of a mystery that we could all assess, like, the Reddit mindset of, like, why somebody got downvoted.
Yeah, no, that's fun. I have one more short one that we can throw in.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Since we started a little bit late.
Mm-hmm.
This one is, am I the asshole for telling my brother he doesn't know everything just because he's gay?
My brother definitely doesn't know everything just because he's gay, but he
That's
might know.
true.
He might know this
But
thing.
you might know this thing. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Says, my daughter is in a phase where she plays a lot of make-believe. She pretends to be characters from books we read together and shows/movies she watches. Sometimes the characters are boys, and sometimes they are girls. She gets really into her make-believe and wants to be addressed as the character she's pretending to be. Which I also did growing up quite a bit, actually.
Interesting.
Today she decided she was a little boy from a TV show she likes. She ran into the room while I was talking to my brother. I said, there's my daughter, and she said, I'm not your daughter, I'm a boy and I don't have any parents. I said I forgot and asked if I could have a hug anyway, which she graciously gave me.
No.
After she left, my brother said my daughter was probably trans, and we should prepare to support her in that. I said she's just playing. He said since he's in the LGBTQ community, he would know better than me. I said he might know more about being gay, but she's my daughter and I know her better. She plays these kinds of games all the time. He said that's how it starts. I said, fine, if that ends up being true, I'll support her, but right now she's just playing. He kept arguing with me about how he knows better. I told him he doesn't know everything just because he's gay. He said I'm just like our dad. I rolled my eyes at him and he left. Am I the asshole? I wasn't trying to hurt his feelings, but he's so dramatic.
Wow, that went really off the rails. I never pretended to be a boy. Ever.
Really?
Ever did I ever want to be a boy. I was watching Barbie. I mean, that's not true. I got into a tomboy phase early, but at that age, when it was like dancing and ballerinas and Barbies and that kind of stuff, I was not a boy mermaid. I was not a boy dinosaur. I was not a boy nothing. That being said, I had friends who were. Like,
yeah, I mean,
they didn't mind,
cool
they didn't care.
Characters were boys, so I can't be that uncommon.
Name one boy mermaid. Fucking none.
Okay, but if you
cool
wanted
characters.
to be like a superhero or a Power Ranger, the cool ones were the boy ones. So
Yeah, if you were fucking dumb. What, did you not watch X-Men? You forget about Rogue?
They might not have watched X. I didn't watch X-Men actually. I didn't have those. I had
Okay, so not
Spider-Man.
superheroes
I had
then.
Spider-Man. Yeah, superheroes. The other ones. The X-Men are the only cool ones.
Okay, so it just sounds like you were watching garbage boy shows and you missed all the cool girl shows. But you don't think we have
already know
superheroes and
that.
magic powers?
We already know that. I know that.
There are plenty of
That's
cool
what
girl
happens.
characters.
Fair enough. Apparently,
I hated the Power Rangers.
My mom told me one time that she woke me up and said, "Good morning, Kyle," and I said, "I'm not Kyle, I'm Donald Duck."
Your mom said that?
Yes.
Your mom...
And then I stayed that way for the whole day.
Wait, you said that to your mom?
Yes.
I'm not Kyle, I'm Donald Duck?
Correct.
And you stayed like Donald Duck?
Yes.
Did you make the voice?
That was I probably not, but that was I decided upon persona for the day.
I don't know if I ever did anything like that. I don't think I did stuff like that. Maybe. That doesn't really sound... I don't remember doing anything like that. I mean, I did, like, Barbies and stuff, so maybe... I don't remember being, like, in character for anything, though. I wasn't theatrical like that. Dramatic, but not theatrical, I think. That feels like Thomas behavior, maybe, if anything.
I could see Thomas doing that, yeah. Something like that. When it says the kid might be trans, statistically probably not. No reason to push her either way. I mean, to me, this is like, whether you're right or not, shut up.
Small says, Alice has never
Why?
DM'd a tabletop game. 1, no. And 2, definitely not when I was like 7.
Right.
Or 5, or however old this kid is.
Man, if I discovered D&D when I was a kid.
Powerpuff Girls! I was totally... Man... This is hard
you
because
also
this
have
is
to give me,
actually,
yeah.
like, really
I
bizarrely
missed
my
all this
trauma,
stuff.
too, because growing up, I did play Powerpuff Girls
Right.
and Mermaids, and I never got to be the blonde one.
But you were
That
also
was the
very
worst
specifically-
part.
You've told me, like, in video games, you were like, if there was a girl character, you were playing the girl character. Like, it was important to you to play the girl's character
Mom
in
says
things.
can confirm. So she's saying that I also didn't wake up and I was like, I'm Donald Duck today.
Right,
I don't
yeah,
think I
that
did
makes
that.
sense.
I think I was being the, like... I think I woke up every day unapologetically me and a problem.
I was very...
I didn't have to be a different character to be, like, to act like an idiot loser.
I was super make-believe heavy. That was all I did. I had Halloween costumes in a box, and I would put a new one on, like, on a regular daily basis, and it was Spider-Man a lot of the time.
I was always me as something. I was me as a mermaid. I was me as a pirate. I was me
Interesting.
as a Barbie. Like, I was never, like, I didn't put on a costume to be somebody else. It was like,
I like this dichotomy. This makes sense.
Powerpuff Girls, I did pretend to be a Powerpuff Girl with my friends.
Grace said, I think I mostly role-play as girls as a kid, though, to be honest, I mostly made up stories as the storyteller and just played all the characters. See, I didn't play as girls either because that was, like, not... because that wasn't.
Emma says,
Presented
y'all,
as
I'm new.
an
Who is
option.
Thomas? Thomas is my brother.
Thomas is her brother.
Yeah.
Yes. You're new. Like, are you new to these
Ema.
streams? Have you seen us outside of these streams? Because if not, that's
Ema.
awesome. Welcome.
I should probably be nicer to her. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. It's just like I have a bug in my brain about.
Does that bother you? Because she will stop. But
Okay, but have
otherwise-
you seen
Otherwise,
H2O?
she'll keep saying it.
You did wear baggy shorts and a backwards baseball cap for about a year. Yeah, but I was just me as like a tomboy.
Yeah.
still like, I used to wear all my brother's old clothes, and I was older. That must have been 4th or 5th grade. It wasn't like super young. Anyway, I think it was kind of crazy. I think it's kind of crazy that the brother was immediately like, that kid's trans.
Right, I'm sorry. That's actually just like a pretentious, weird stance to take. Like, even if you have a suspicion, like, you just keep it to yourself. That's just a weird thing to point out. Like, I don't know. Or at most,
I mean, like, it's okay. Like,
I think he was being the asshole in the situation. Like, I think he was being, especially that he kept pushing it even after she was like.
it's just a lot to do. I don't know. It just
Right.
feels like a lot to do. It feels like a
Based
lot
on
to
very
be like,
little.
this child is trans.
Right.
Like, that kind of feels like, I don't know.
I think
it's not
also
a lot to,
much
like,
easier and more common for like girls to take on male roles than the inverse. Like, it is very specifically defined from like the male side of things to be like, this is your box and you do not stray from this box, otherwise you're wrong.
Unrelated to the context of it, it's just kind of wild to be like, I've diagnosed your child with a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure about it.
Right.
And what are you gonna do?
I observed a single event and I've decided that I know what's going on.
But I also think being like, just because you're gay doesn't mean you know everything is kind of a wild thing to say.
Well, because his claim was, I know it because I'm gay. That's why he's like, I know better about this thing because I am gay.
That's funny.
In this
I
situation.
just like these two idiots talking to each other. These are cartoon characters.
right?
What are you talking about? Also, so cute that she was like, today what did she say? I'm a boy and I'm.
Oh
what
yeah,
was
the
she pretending
sentence
to be?
was she said, "There's my daughter," and she said, "I'm not your daughter. I'm a boy, and I don't have any parents."
That's literally so cute.
That's pretty great.
That would be like the best day of my life if a kid walked up to me and said that. I love the idea that kids are just like hanging out in their brain all the
said
time.
Bro's not even trans. Yeah, like it's not the same thing. It's not the same experience. You don't fucking know.
Rebecca says, I never really thought about it, but I don't feel like I pretend to be other people. We pretended, but it was different situations, not different people. I feel like that's me.
I grew up learning that like not everybody did that. It's all I did. I was just
fascinating.
exclusively was like trying to act out, and not because I don't know the actual reason for it. It's just I was living. I lived in a fantasy world. I daydreamed all day. I definitely had some like maladaptive daydreaming going on, and was like just constantly in my own world, pretending to be other people and like going through stories. That's why I made movies later.
Definitely played pretend Winx on the school playground. Okay, well if I had friends cool enough to know what the fuck Winx was, I would have, but I didn't.
I introduced these concepts on the playground. I definitely got other people into them.
I had to stop because because I had black hair. Like it's literally the stupidest, dumbest thing in the entire world, but I didn't like introducing girl groups to my girl group friends because I had to be the edgy one in the groups and not the redheaded main character or the fun dopey blonde one. I had to be the one that was like, guys, what if we didn't save the world today? Like, it was so dumb. I hated it. I don't know. I've told you guys that people would come over to my house to play with my Barbies, and then I wasn't allowed to be Barbie. I had to be Bridget or Skipper or some other garbage knockoff dark-haired wannabe. At my own house with my own Barbies because my friends were blonder.
That's hilarious.
They weren't even blonde. They were blonder on the
Hilarious
spectrum
dramatic.
of brown to blonde. They were.
That's it? They weren't even properly like Barbie
No.
blondes or anything? They were
But I
just
had
like,
black hair, so I had to be the black-haired one.
Wow, okay.
I can't even remember the black-haired Barbie.
Sounds racist.
Skipper is the daughter. Bridget is the redhead.
The daughter of who?
Barbie.
Barbie has a daughter?
Yeah, her name is Skipper. We just went over
Okay.
this.
Just didn't know she was old enough canonically. How old is Skipper?
This big. This old.
Okay, so in doll sizes, that's like what, 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
And they made you play a 5-year-old? That was you had to be like the baby?
I just wasn't allowed to be like Barbie TM.
Jeez.
What is the dark-haired Barbie's name? You guys remember?
I know of Bridget because of the movie.
Yeah. What was her name? My Scene, though, in Bratz, when that came out, that was life-changing. Thank God they came out with the edgier, everyone has dark colored hair. Barbies, like the MySpace. Nope, My Scene. My Scene was my favorite because it was like if Bratz got Barbieified, because Bratz were pretty crazy. A first-time chatter just asked, are you guys Garfunkel and Oates?
What is that? What? What is this comparison?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay.
What was her name? Okay, here she is. What was her name? Okay, Barbie dark hair name.
All right, we're getting close to the end of the stream as Allison researches this. So if you'd like to submit some push the buttons for us.
First black doll was Christy. That's not what I asked. There was.
Wow, you can't even find her. That's how relevant she is that you can't even.
Yeah.
Fucking identify her.
Okay, here. Wait. No.
Barbie has two sisters, Skipper and Chelsea, says Emma.
I thought Skipper was the daughter. Emma. Okay.
It's the group that's me and you and us versus us and your friend Steve. Is it a comedy group? I assumed it was like a band. The name sounds familiar.
Midge might be the redhead. Okay, I'm sorry. Midge is the redhead. I forgot about Midge.
Midge.
She was introduced in 1960 as the ginger Barbie.
That's like a grub subspecies or something.
It was the 60s. Where you named children Midge. Skipper is one of your. Oh, Skipper is the brunette. It was Skipper.
Okay.
Skipper's the brunette.
Okay.
That makes sense. That's why I remember Skipper's name.
It sounds vaguely like a slur.
Midge and Skipper.
Midge,
I'm in full agreement. Okay, and then Christy was the first black doll.
A Suitable Hat says good morning. It's their first time in the chat, and I love that username. Good morning, Suitable Hats. We're actually closing down here, but I'm glad that you stopped by.
Look at all this Barbie lore. So Tootie.
Anybody who's new, we're here Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, but not this week because Allison's birthday is happening.
Tootie was Barbie's younger sister, and Francie was Barbie's cousin. Tootie. Tutti. Christy was one of Barbie's friends. PJ was one of Barbie's cousins.
Tutius Maximus.
Dee Dee was part of the rock band. Derek was part of the band Barbies and the Rockers.
It's a much larger cast than I realized.
Bopsy was part of the band and the Barbie Sensations.
These aren't names. I agree.
Okay, wait. I do remember Becky. No, Teresa. That's the one I was thinking of. Teresa is the tan one with dark hair. And Skipper is the white one with dark hair. And Midge is the redhead. And there's Barbie. And I got to be everybody but Barbie. And I had a lot of Teresas too.
What do you mean here? There was one girl then who was just like main character, like I am being Barbie and nobody else gets to be. Like that's what I'm hearing here is the main is the.
My whole life though, and yeah, I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, were there several? Yeah. Like was it one person or did this happen multiple times with different kids?
It was mostly one friend group actually, like my youngest friend group.
Makes sense.
But it wasn't uncommon. So yeah. Oh, was it Nikki? Was I thinking of Nikki? No, Nikki's black. Anyway. It was a big deal. Oh, I forgot about Chelsea.
Push the button.
Chelsea might be the child. Anyway.
Push the button. Your uncle assigns you a gender, but plus 10 charisma.
Your uncle assigns you?
My uncle?
Your uncle?
Mine specifically?
Plus 10 charisma.
Interesting trade-off. I probably would not push that button.
You know, I'll push that button because I think I'd get the same one.
I think you would. Yeah, you would just get a charisma boost out of it. So
hell yeah.
That seems like a good deal.
Actually, my uncles are really confusing people.
That's true.
Actually, not sure which direction
That's
that would
true.
go. I like if I had to be born and they would
Surprise
pick,
you.
they would have both picked boys.
Right. Yeah, that's true. If that's what it means, then they definitely did not want girls.
You don't get to want your niece and nephews to be a certain gender. That's
And
weird.
yet,
Yeah. Okay.
they do be doing that.
I kind of want to throw a gender reveal party.
For who?
For, like, not, like, a baby that doesn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah. Just for fun.
So you kind of want to have a party where you pop a balloon and a color comes out and you get to figure out which one it is? Is that kind of is that the vibe?
I would love that, actually.
You would do that for your birthday? Should we make that a bet?
Yeah. Don't tell me the color. Don't tell me the color.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Wish Alice a happy birthday because we're signing off for the week, most likely, unless she just feels like streaming one of those 2 days. And
I
then
won't
maybe
be back.
Hop on, but I'm guessing that's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
we're taking a couple days off because we've been honestly working our asses off for the last month and a half straight without taking any fucking breaks. It feels like. I'm looking forward to the birthday days just because.
Garfunkel and Oates are the little comedy duo, right?
I kind of picked up that they're a comedy duo from context, but I don't know what they look like or act
There's
like. There's
one tall, skinny blonde one and one short, dark-haired one.
That makes sense.
And here they are.
Wait. I do know that. Wow, okay.
Oh my god. I don't know if it's just a picture I picked or what.
That's hilarious. Send this to me on Discord so that I can.
Who said that? I'm keeping them.
Send this to me on Discord so I can pull it up so I can show people.
They have some interesting. They're musical.
Says happy almost birthday.
Comedy.
That's the
Thank
first
you.
comment. I love being able to see the first time chat thing on here.
So
That's
many
nice.
first time chatter comments
That's really-
today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a normal picture of them. It's just like spot on.
It was actually I had no idea who you were talking about.
It's
Now that
really
I've seen
funny.
it's very-
Like, it was funny when they said it, but then, like, having like, Googled the picture.
It was just the first image on Google, yeah.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
They have, they're a musical comedy duo.
Is that Kevin's favorite person, or is that,
No. Wait.
Okay.
No. Wait. No. Wait. I
can't
don't
even
remember.
She's one of them.
I don't think so.
No. Different names.
Yeah, okay. Thought so. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back next Monday.
Yep. With news.
With news, and then we should be doing a full week at that point.
Our first full week of the year.
I think you're right. It might be our first full week of the year.
Somewhere in mid-February.
So I hope you all have a good week. We'll miss you by then. So we'll be excited to come back. We'll be.
I'll be older when I get back.
Join the Discord if you want to chat. The Dormaster Discord. We actually just added some new OK We're Up channels, so you can go if you want to keep talking to us. You can type in stream.
I'm not making any promises. I'm gonna keep talking.
Right? Yeah. I mean, we are in the Discord, and I check regularly, so that's where you can find us.
Oh my god! Somebody posted about all the Barbie films in the stream chat.
Oh yeah, we never finished that video, but it looked like it was gonna be good.
I actually,
I think that's it. We're gonna raid somebody. Who should we raid?
I don't know. Let's go find him.
Mefek posted the Discord link. Thank you, Mefek. You're the best.
Yes. Which one did you post?
I'm sure the correct one. Mefek knows what he's doing. All right. We're gonna.
Wait, what about the pink-haired girl? She's probably not conservative.
We're gonna pick a raid, and then we're gonna send you.
Why did you skip her twice?
I was gonna end the thing. Which one? This one right here?
Oh, she doesn't speak English.
Oh, okay. Should we share the?
Yeah.
Let people see the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plus, we didn't get to show our other screen.
Oh yeah, look at that other screen.
Second screen for showing the computer. This is our list of raid targets.
Not vibing with any of these yet.
We just kind of pick based on vibes. Okay. Is Small streaming again? I don't know actually. I could check. Does Small stream every day? Ema.
We're gonna be doing that all day. That's made me want to have a daughter and name her Emma more than anything in my entire life.
I don't know why that happened. You gotta select one.
Why
Smalls
are they all...
streaming.
Okay, wait. Hey,
We could just go to Smalls. Say pause if you see one.
I made a joke about Twitch streamer women only being here
not...
for nefarious reasons, and Moon called me out, but I'm feeling pretty validated in my feelings on that. Or maybe it's just our
sort by For You. I don't know why they decided it's for us.
Because we're never on Twitch, so they're gonna show us
How
like
about low to high viewers instead?
they're going to show us literally like.
Let's see the lowest viewers. Oh, look, wait, Smalls popped
Do
up.
it! Do it! Do it!
Okay, we're sending you to Smalls. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good week.
Yay!
Yay!